Hello, everyone. I am Cece Schatz, and you're listening to Going Solo with Cece. And those of you that don't know me, I'm the doyenne of relationship building. And what I do is really help connect you with some pretty awesome people along the way to living your best life. And that's what being single is all about. It's okay to be single. And we want to just enjoy the life we have and live it the fullest and hopefully connect with some awesome people along the way. So that's what it's all about here on Going Solo. Of course, our website is goingsolomedia.com. And if you guys want to email me, I'd love to give you my email. It's goingsolonetwork@gmail.com. So you're more than welcome to let me know what we're doing here. If you like it, if you'd like to hear something different, we would love to be able to share everything with you so that your transition into being single is a happy one. That's what it's all about here for us. So tonight, what we're going to talk about move through fears to embrace your challenge. You know, often we have challenges in life. Man, we've been feeling it, haven't we, with the coronavirus, and we've been kind of stuck in the muck of things. We do have a comment here. Let's see. And there we go. Hey, Carol, thank you so much. We appreciate you replying here to us. And so, of course, anyone that wants to send us a message, we would love to be able to have it. We can just post your comments right here on live. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time, plus a bunch of other places around Facebook. So we hope that you'll enjoy the show. Well, let's talk a little bit about fear. We've talked about this many times on Going Solo, all the different broadcasts that we have. Because fear, I was asked one time on a interview years ago on another radio station, and they asked me, what is the biggest thing you think holds back singles being able to move forward in their life? And I said, fear. Fear holds them back from being able to accomplish what it is that they want to achieve. Oh, I'm sorry, we have a call here. Let me see if somebody wants to talk on air. Hold on. Hello, you're live on Going Solo Network. Can I help you? No problem. We're live on a broadcast here on Facebook. We do internet radio, and so can we talk another time, sir? Awesome. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I thought maybe it was somebody calling wanting to make a comment or had a question for the show. But anyhow, so I was asked about this. I was asked about fear, and I said fear is really one of the biggest things that holds us back. It holds us back being able to move forward in, here we go. Oh, Frank and I have been in the same widows group. Oh, okay, Carol. That's where I've seen your name. So we're having a bit of a challenge here with all the buttons and bells and whistles that we got going on. But Carol, I love you and thank you so much for joining us here on Going Solo. We appreciate your support and we hope that we're supporting you. So that's really very important to us. But anyhow, so getting back to the question that I had on the interview, and I was very proud to do it because it was a radio broadcast out of Canada, and they asked me again, what was the biggest thing that seemed to hold singles back? And I said, fear. Fear is the biggest thing that holds us back, and it holds us back from that transition through when we're coming out of relationship loss, whether it be a death or a divorce. It's really the unknown, stepping forward into this new life of being single, and we're fearful of what is going to happen around us, right? Of decisions that we're going to be making. And then also it holds us back from moving forward into possibly dating, having another partner in life. We start questioning ourselves, we start doubting ourselves. And so fear really can grab a hold of us, and rather than embracing the fear, we actually repel from it. We step back. We're afraid of being able to move forward in life, afraid of being able to do something different in life. And so that's why it's so very, very vital to, really understand fear, because fear can do one thing. It can, of course, keep you back from embracing the challenges in your life, or if we can change and shift our mindset, it can it can help us to embrace those challenges in life and really help move us forward into something maybe more beautiful than we ever imagined, you know. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, because what I want to do is I want to try to help you to overcome some of those challenges that you have with regards to fear, with regards to holding back, thinking, you know, I'm not going to make a decision now on doing something because I'm afraid of doing it, so I'm just going to sit here. I went through a period of my life after my divorce so fearful of making a decision that I'd be making the wrong decision. By not making a decision, I kind of mucked up my life. You know, I mucked up things that I had good opportunities to be able to go forward. The other thing is I went to a psychic, you know, at the very beginning of my divorce, or towards the end of my divorce, I should say, beginning of my being single. And she said that I was going to be doing all these wonderful things that I'm doing now. And I thought, oh yeah, crazy land. This is crazy talk. How could I possibly be doing all of those things now when I'm coming from, you know, an area where I'm struggling on being able to even get out of bed, you know, being able to just get up in the morning and go to work, or get up in the morning and look at myself in the mirror. So I realized then that what was holding me back was fear. I was starting to be fearful of everything that was happening within my life. And so in order to change my life, I had to change my mindset. I had to start making a shift and doing that by little ways. And one is the awareness that I was doing this to myself. One was that, is this really truly a fearful situation that I'm going through? Or is it something that I'm saying, this little voice in my head is saying? Is it something that, here we go, let's see. Carol says, I love my psychic. She's, oh yeah, they are sometimes a savior. And so, you know why, Carol? Let me just approach that here, because I think the reason the psychics sometimes become like a bit of our saviors, because it allows us to step out of that box that we put ourselves in, right? Because we're fearful, we're in this box and we think, oh, we can't do this or we can't do that. And we have that mindset going on. And so it allows us to be able to trust in somebody else's wisdom and saying, well, she knows or he knows what's going to happen in my future, so I need to trust that, versus trusting ourselves, saying, you know, I got this. I can get forward. I can move forward. I can make these important decisions on my own. And you know what? If that decision doesn't work out, the beauty is you can make another decision, right? You can change and shift and move within. And we're going to talk about some of that as we can keep on going forward. But I wanted to, in order to change that mindset that we have to start listening to that voice that we have in our head, right? We have this little voice sometimes of this negativity that comes across and says that we can't do this, or we question and we doubt ourselves. And the reason we do this is why? Why? There's no reason other than to think that we're not capable of doing something. So why are we thinking we're not capable of doing this? Why are we thinking that we can't reach beyond and achieve something? And so when we start having those negative thoughts, I think we have to back up and say, whoa, wait a minute. Why am I thinking that? And that's where the awareness comes in. That's where that shift starts happening. Is because when you start thinking, why am I thinking this way? Okay, maybe I don't have the skill set of what I'm thinking I want to do. How do I get it? How do I get the skill set? You know, maybe I need to speak to someone else to be able to get some knowledge from them. And if we start dissecting it and getting the information that we need, we start creating a difference that's happening within our lives. And one thing I had read is about embracing the challenges in your life. So let's talk a little bit about challenges, because let me tell you, we have had the gamut of challenges here lately. Those of you that are like me, have been through relationship loss, and I'm at the process now where I am trying to hopefully meet a partner in my life. You know, we have the coronavirus, right? And we can't get out, do anything. We're gaining weight because we're staying home. We're afraid to go out and exercise and do all of these other things that we've been doing. So we're putting on all this weight. We're doing all these things. But here's the thing. That challenge is still there, right? those things that are challenges to us aren't going away unless we create a shift that's going to allow them to be able to go away. And so our challenges are nothing more than kind of a little stump in the road, right? It's like a little rock in the road, a pebble in the road. And it's something for us to be able to either pick up and throw aside, or we have to step over it. But there is no challenge big enough that you cannot overcome. You know, I often, there was one time in my life when we were adopting our son, and I remember there was a difficulty in doing all this. And I said to the lady, wait a minute, there's no challenge there's no problem that I cannot overcome. You tell me what the situation is. I'm a can-do person. I will get it done. Tell me what it is that I need to do. Why don't we do this in our lives? Huh? Why don't we say to ourselves, hey, there is no challenge that is too big for me. I can overcome whatever they are. Give me the facts. Let me digest it. Let me understand what it is, and I will overcome it. And that is exactly what we're going to do here tonight. We are going to overcome some of those challenges. So I want you to think about some of the challenges that are in your life, and let's together start thinking about how we can shift that mindset to be able to bring it around, to make it just a pebble in the road that we're going to pick up and throw away. Let's do that together, because I think that that's very, very important. But utilizing, if I can say the word, utilizing the power of radical acceptance. And what that means is I understand I have this challenge in my life. I get it. I know what the challenge is. I know how the challenge got there. And what I'm now trying to do is figure out how to overcome the challenge. That is a huge step, believe it or not, for some people, because sometimes you don't really understand what you think the challenge is. And all you think is what you can't do, right? You're living in the fear zone. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't get on the airplane. I can't take a cruise. I had one guy tell me, I can't drive over the bridge to go from St. Petersburg to Tampa. I mean, okay, whatever. Why? What is the reason for that? And so you haven't really utilized the power of radical acceptance to figure out what it is that is. So then you have to figure out what is making you not want to do that. Is it really truly something that you cannot do? Or is it that negative mindset that you have within that's happening for you? And if it's something, if there's a reason why you certainly can't do that, maybe you can overcome. Like, for instance, I don't have gas in my car to drive over the bridge. Okay, so you go and you fill up your gas tank before you drive over the bridge. You've ended that particular problem, right? And so you've solved that problem. It's really about, challenges in life are really about problem solving. And I think sometimes as we get older, we forget to start we're solving those kind of problems. We seem to think that because we're older, we shouldn't have problems, right? We've already had the problems. We've had problems for 20, 30 years. Why in the heck are we having problems now? Well, guess what? Problems never stop, right? And so we have to continue problem solving. We have to continue on the road of being able to accept the challenge that we have, understand, not accept, but understand the challenge that we have. And then we have to problem solve that challenge, right? And we can't do that by a negative mindset, saying we can't do something, because as soon as we say we can't do it, it ain't going to be done, is it? Now, is that proper English? I don't think so. My mother would be like, all right, Cece. But the truth is, you will not overcome the challenge if you feel that you're not going to. And so we really do, it's very, very important for us to be able to understand that it's up to us to be able to figure that out. So number one, number one is awareness of the problem that we have, awareness of our fears, what might be blocking us, awareness of what challenges that we have. We have to really, and another thing I didn't mention, I want to make sure I do, because I'm skipping over this a little bit. Learn from those who came. I thought that was very important. When I was doing my research, I read this article, and it said, learn from those who came. And you know what that means? That means learn from those who have already walked that walk, right? And so, for instance, if you're going through relationship loss, like Carol, you're struggling through, you're in a widow's group, you're struggling through relationship loss. learn from the people that have walked the walk that you're walking. I deal a lot with divorce recovery. Those that are struggling with that, we all deal with grief in a different way, but we also deal with divorce recovery. We deal with rejection, terrible amount of rejection, a lot of trust issues and things like that were broken. And so get with those who have already walked that walk, right? Get with those who understand where you're at. And so that, why rewrite the path, right? It's like, why rewrite the map? So follow those who have already walked that walk so that you can have a gentler step. I think that's very important. And again, we talked about utilize the power of radical acceptance. Really accept what the problem is. Accept what you're feeling, and then pinpoint the negative thoughts. Now, here's a big one. And this is going to create the huge shift. Now, you're already creating a shift in your mindset now when you're doing these various different steps. And I think a lot of times if you get into a quiet space, if you get into like meditation and you start really homing in on why you feel the way you're feeling, what is really blocking you, what are you really having struggle with, I think that this will start working for you. And I do really do believe it. And I think it's using being positive, using visual positive realisms. It's like taking, when I decided that I was going to step forward and do the going solo business, a lot of people, thought I was crazy. Didn't think I was really, that it wasn't really something that people would need or want. And I knew that I desperately needed it and I desperately wanted it. And I knew that if I did, there'd be others out there that would follow, that would feel the same way that I feel. They would feel that they're struggling in that walk, in that path of being single or being freshly from a relationship into being single. And I knew that they needed some help with regard to that because I needed it, right? So I started putting together a visual of what I wanted in my business, what I wanted in my life, what I wanted in certain things. And the visual aspect of it is, I think, the true shift of what happens when you have a challenge that you want to overcome. And I had a tremendous amount of hurdles with regards to doing a business. Coming from relationship loss, I was broke. I mean, I was totally, absolutely devastated by my relationship. Coming from a relationship where money was not a problem, 6-figure and then some income, money in the bank, money in the wallet, money wherever. There wasn't really a problem with anything like that. Taking that aspect of it, and then taking the years of someone telling me that I wasn't going to accomplish anything, that I was not good for nothing, that I was this and this, all these negative things that were started happening within me, thinking I couldn't possibly become the person that I really wanted to become. And so I had to start visualizing myself there. I had to start saying to myself, I am the person that I want to be, and who is that person? And so I had to step out of my box of fear and say to myself, what kind of person do I want to be, right? So I had to try to start putting intact and find my core of my integrity and my beliefs, my personal beliefs. And I became very strong and kind of rigid a little bit with regards to those, because it was something I wasn't used to. I wasn't, so someone asking my opinion of something never really happened, right? So I had the challenge of rebuilding myself to who I am. And so this, when I say this, I share this simply because I feel as singles, as we're moving forward and we're stepping into being a single person or stepping into this world of being single, I feel that that's a challenge in itself, right? And so that was a challenge that I had to overcome to be able to move forward in my life. And so there's so many challenges that are out there now today with the coronavirus. You know, are we step out of our house? Are we stepping into an environment that's unhealthy for us? Are we going to get sick? Are we going to do different things? So what I would share with you is the particular challenge that you're having with regards to that is just do the best you can. You know, there's nothing saying that you have to be perfect at everything in life or anything in life. You just have to do the best you can. And so you wear your mask, you wash your hands as much as you possibly can. You get gloves if you can find them. You just do, but you've got to live your life. You know, you've got to live it in a way that you feel that you possibly can. And so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take a quick break. And I hate to do that because I love talking to you guys. But we're going to take just a moment of silence so that we can bring in our sponsors when we do our live streaming. And I'll tell you a little bit about that too. But you guys here, you're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Cece Schatz, and you're listening to the Going Solo with Cece show. We're just going to take a moment of silence so our sponsors and our advertisers, when we drop down into audio, to the streaming audio, we can have their information there. But just to let you know that our sponsor tonight is Questfine Jewelers. They are on 8431 Lee Highway, Fairfax, Virginia. And their phone number is 877-860-0826. So I hope you guys will appreciate them and let them know that you heard them right here on the Going Solo Network. Again, Questfine Jewelers are our sponsors tonight. It's 877-860-0826. And they're right there in Fairfax, Virginia. So we want to thank them. All right, guys, you're coming on back to our show, which is WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Radio and TV. And we're podcasts. And so what happens is once we do this live show, live broadcast, it gets dropped down into an audio format. And then it gets placed on our live streaming 24/7 radio station that we have, which is our WGSN-DB. And then it also gets placed in other affiliates that plays our information in Canada and other places around. And so we want to do a shout out and thank all of them for being our faithful listeners. We love them dearly and we want to thank them. We are a live streaming TV station also. Our information gets put up on our live streaming TV, which is right on our website, goingsolomedia.com. You can see our information there. And so our shows are placed there. They're streamed in from another affiliate that we have that we place the shows on there, Strum TV, and our shows are played there nationwide. So or worldwide, I think, actually. So we're very proud of that. So we are a live streaming radio station, a live streaming TV station, and then you have the podcasts, which are up on Facebook and YouTube when the show is over with. So we've got you covered everywhere. So that's the way it is. And we are the #1 internet singles talk network. And someone asked me, how come we're the #1? Because we are. That's simply it, right? It's because we are. And there's no one else out there like us on the internet. And we're very proud to say that we are the singles talk station. So we're hoping that you enjoyed as much as we enjoy doing it. And we do appreciate that. So that's our plug for the station. So let's go on with our topic tonight. Our topic is to move through fear, to embrace challenge. And that's very important. We've covered this subject a couple times here, and we'll probably cover it more because it's the biggest thing that holds us back in life is fear. Absolutely. The biggest thing that holds us back, you, me, and everyone, is fear. And so what we want to do is we want to embrace our fear. We want to be able to, you're not going to get over fear, so it's never going to happen, but you can embrace it and understand it. And once you become understanding it, you can start changing your mindset to be able to shift forward, to be able to move forward into the challenges that are going to come your way. And let's face it, we're all going to have challenges We're going to have challenges at all different places in our lives. I mean, I remember when I was younger, there were certain challenges that I had. And now as I'm older, I'm getting like a whole new set of challenges. So it's that's kind of, you know, the game of life, isn't it? And so we want to be able to try to understand that a little bit. But the first part of the show, we talked about awareness, really face your fears, approaching them, understanding them, learn from those who came before us, walk that lighter path, which they have already conquered, utilize the power of radical acceptance, really truly understand, embracing the challenges you have that are in front of you, and then pinpointing the negative thoughts, which seem to kind of roll around in all of our heads. So we have that, all of it. And then we talked about the positive visualization, which is very, very important. If we want to have something happen to us, we have to see it happen, right? We have to feel it happen. We have to know it's going to happen. We have to truly believe it's going to happen. And so I'm very, very into visual boards. I feel that that's very, very important. Someone told me one time to write down on a piece of paper the type of home that I wanted to live in someday. And I put on there that I wanted a 3-bedroom house. I wanted a 2-car garage. I wanted it to be in a nice, safe neighborhood. I wanted to be able to have a pool, right? Or have access to a swimming pool. I said I wanted a masonry house, you know, all this kind of stuff I said in it, right? I forgot to say where I wanted it located. I did not say I wanted it on the beach. I didn't say that. So I have recently moved to an area that's a little bit further away. I've lived in Pinellas County. Now I'm living in Hillsborough County. I've never lived in Hillsborough County. I mean, maybe years and years ago. When I went to high school, I lived in Hillsborough. And maybe just shortly after that. But I've moved to everything I wanted in the house, right? I got a pool. I don't have the pool. I have access to a country club where I can have the pool and go, and I don't have to clean it or anything like that. But I visualized it, right? I wrote it down. So be very specific. So here, you know, walk the walk that somebody has already walked. When you visualize something, be very clear, very specific on what it is that you want. Get a vision board, and I think this is very, very important. Get something that's going to visually get you jump started. It's going to get you going on what it is that you want. So whatever the challenge is that you're having, get a visual board that's going to overcome that challenge. You know, if your challenge is meeting somebody, you're ready to date and you want to meet someone, visualize the person that you want to meet. And maybe it won't necessarily be like the hair color or the eyes, but maybe it could be the quality of the person. I made a vision board one time, and I was coming still out of relationship loss, and I was really upset, and things were going kind of bad. And I wanted to be in an environment where it was peaceful and kind of spa-like and peaceful and just down, right? You know, just. So I put two people that you could see their backs on the beach, you know, holding hands. And I envisioned myself meeting somebody that I was going to be going to the beach with, right? And the water and all of these other things. Everything I wanted, I put on there. And you know what? Everything came true that I had on that vision board. So I really do believe in that, because I think the power of our minds, the power of our visions. Thank you, whoever liked that. I appreciate that. And if you want to make a comment, we'd love to have that and be able to show it. But the power of the vision of our minds and our eyes are very, very vital. It's very, very important for us to be able to really, truly understand that. The other thing is I wanted to talk about getting support. I really do feel that we all need support in our lives. And it could be our families, our friends. It can be those who, again, have walked the walk before us. And so really connecting to those and that you believe in, that are, oh, here, someone did comment. So I appreciate that. Oh, Carol. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here she goes. Carol, she goes, I have just qualified. I have my own home, just someone nice and self-sufficient. Yeah, that's, see? And so it's all what you want, Really? It's all what you want in life. And you know, I just think that you can have everything you want. There's no challenge that you can't overcome. And so I just think that you maybe need some support along the way, help continue to get you and motivate you and move you through to that great thing. So understand that goals, I think goal setting is very important too. Like taking and setting small goals, you know, small goals that you can achieve. You achieve one goal, then you set another goal. You achieve one goal, you set another goal. So achieving your goals. And the beauty and the understanding of goals is that they're not all going to be successful. I was talking with a wonderful gentleman today on the Business Showcase. If you guys want to listen to it, he was very touching. I mean, he actually got emotional, and he was very, very touching, very passionate about what he does. And we talked about, you know, understanding that, you know, we're not always going to achieve our goals, but they're not failures. You know, what they are is they're stepping stones, because what we've done is we've learned something from that particular goal. And if everything was good, easy in life, everything was just so easy to come by, what would life be like? I mean, really, we do sometimes need these challenges to really make us, you know, to step into the people that we are supposed to be, right? And so, I mean, I don't want them to be as hard and challenging as some people have had it. You know, I'm not saying that I want bad things to happen to you. I certainly don't want that. But I also think that if life is so easy, we don't savor what we have. We don't appreciate those good things in life. And so I had also come across some other things, and we've only got about 10 minutes left, so I wanted to make sure I cover everything. So and then the other thing is age. You know, I'm a little older. You know, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm in the last quarter of my life, and I'm loving who I'm becoming, and I'm thrilled with what I have waiting for me yet to do. And so I just hope you guys catch that, and I hope that you kind of be like that too, that you are sparked by who you are and where you're going and who you're becoming, because whoever you are today, it's just a stepping stone of who you're going to be tomorrow. You know, you haven't grown to your fullest potential, and it's just a wonderful, beautiful thing that's going to happen. So age it's not there. It's just a number. It makes no difference to how old you are, how young you are. Only thing that makes a difference is if you allow fear to stop you on your momentum of being and achieving everything that you possibly can. We talked about being negative. Of course, we don't want to do that. Let's talk about toxic people, because I have had to overcome a huge amount of toxic in my lifetime. Not only with being married, you know, and it becoming very toxic, but also, you know, some friends that I thought were very positive and uplifting were actually turned to be very toxic. You don't have to allow people in your life that are not going to lift you up and honor you and respect you to what you deserve. And you want to be that kind of person to them. So remember, whoever you are, if you can love and be respectful and do all of the things that you really, you know, should do, you know, I've often thought to myself, and one of my friends said this to me, she said, you know, Cece, not everyone is like you. And I know not everyone is like me, but everybody can be, right? And I can strive to be like them. I can strive to be the best I can be. And I can use the people that I admire, my mentors, my friends that I hold in high esteem. I can strive to achieve to be like them, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And why? Because we can overcome our fear. Absolutely. So let's see what we got here still. We have about 5 more minutes. So I think that we covered a great deal. Let's make sure we've got everything. Oh, yeah, we haven't. What other people think of us? Forget it. We don't worry about that. We don't worry about what other people think. We don't think about our past, right? Because what we're doing, and this I kind of disagree, and I will tell you, because it said that we don't think about our past or our future. I disagree with that because I think we have to think about our future. I think we have to live and savor the moment that we have, but we have to concentrate on propelling into our futures. So we have to have that momentum constantly growing and thinking of what we're going to achieve, what we're going to be, what we're going to do, right? And keep that creativeness around us. Keep that going. Keep that building and thriving as we continue to grow. Because how boring would we be if we don't? You know, if we say to ourselves, oh, well, we're not going to think about the future. We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to care, you know, what happens in the future. That's a bunch of, well, maybe somebody else here. I was going to say something bad. You also disagree. You disagree with the fact that you have to think about your future, Carol? Do you agree with that? Your past, let me see. Your past is part of you. It is. And, you know, here's the thing about your past can propel you into your future, right? It propelled me, seriously. It gave me a real wake-up call that I need to do something different in my life if I want to survive. If I want to continue living, I needed to do something to start propelling myself into the future, start thinking about myself first, start moving forward in my life. And I'm not talking about in a negative frame of mind. I'm talking about in a positive frame of mind. So I think that that's very important. So I think you have to kind of maybe leave your past a little bit on the table, you know, kind of savor it for what it was. Learn from some of your mistakes that you might have made along the way, but don't beat yourself up over them. But use them as a learning environment of what you've done. But you have to be able to step forward into the future, and you have to dream, right? You've got to dream and envision yourself as to what it is that you want. And so, Carol, if you're looking to find, you know, someone in your, you know, in your life that you're going to embrace, kind of start figuring out what it is that you want, you know, what type of relationship is it that you want in your life? And so that way you really truly understand more and more about what it is that you're looking for. Because here's the thing is when you don't do that, if you, and again, we're going beyond fear, but if you don't know what it is that you want, it'll be right there and you won't know it, right? You'll see, or maybe you'll meet this perfect person and you have no idea because your eyes were so wide open that you had no idea that that person was the right one for you. So I have a message here, and let me just see if it has anything to do with this. No, it's something else. I'm sorry. I do apologize for that. So if people send me messages all over the place. But I hope you enjoyed the show today. I enjoyed doing it. I get very passionate about this fear because I know that it held me back for years, accomplishing what I really wanted to do in life. And I hate to see that happen to anyone else. So I really hope that you will embrace whatever challenges that you have, not allow the negative voice that's within your head, and help to keep you, propel you into the future of where it is that you want to go. Listen, we're going to have another show coming on right after this. We're going to have the Going Solo Veterans Corner, which I'm very excited about because I love that show. I love our veterans. I love to be able to embrace them and really show them for what they are. We have a wonderful host on that show, Paul Hobart, and he's just to me just a great guy and just bringing wonderful guests for everyone to be able to meet and enjoy. Then after that, we're going to do something kind of fun. We're going to have a brand new show. It's going to be called Chicks Passions, and so it's all about chicks. So guys, you can listen. And we're going to talk about some passions, some things that we might like. And we hope you ladies will join us on that. Give us comments. And you can jump on in. We can always send you a link. And you can come right up on the platform and chat with us up for a while if you want. We would love that. I'm hoping that maybe Janet Reynolds might be able to join us a little bit on that. And then after that, we're going to be having, let's see, we have that. Then we have Artie Fonseca Jr. coming up. He does the health, love, and life. And I always find him quite interesting. His shows are very very informative, and I personally enjoy it. And actually, I really like all the shows that we do. And then after that, we're having Dr. Christopher Salute in the barbershop talking with the guys about how to break up. And that's going to be interesting. I like to hear about how to break up. Not that I ever intention of doing that again. So I'd like to meet someone and not break up with them. So, so anyhow, well, I hope that you guys got a little bit of a takeaway for the show, and I hope that you can embrace your fears. Know that your fears are something that are just truly a roadblock for you, and that you don't need to have a roadblock, right? And so any challenges that you have in life are something that you can definitely overcome. So I love you. This is Cece with Going Solo with Cece. I'm Cece Schatz. I'm the doyen of relationship building. And you guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. And we are a singles talk station. You'll find all of our shows right there on goingsolomedia.com. You can email me on Going Solo Network. And also Going Solo Network at gmail.com. And I'll put the information up here for you. My websites are the goingsolomedia.com, and you find everything that I'm doing, which I do a lot throughout the singles community. But you can find everything on goingsoloNetwork.com. That's got everything on it, all the different sites I'm in, all the different things that I do. I started a brand new site called Going Solo Next Step, which is for relationship loss and transition into dating. I feel that we need some help along the way with that. And then also we have Going Solo Together, which is free to join. And you guys ought to be joining that if you haven't joined it yet. It's something we just kicked off. We've got a great forum on that. We're going to be building that up. And there's going to be social events and things that we're doing. We do some online stuff, so you can catch all of those things there. But there's also going to be an opportunity to be able to chat with some great hosts and some of our hosts, and also some of our mentors and some of my great friends that are willing to help those who are struggling in some of the different aspects in your life. So let's see. Okay, I'm probably there. All right. Yes, we hope so. We hope that you are there, Carol. We appreciate you very, very much. And I hope you know how much we do, because we truly do. Well, you guys got to run, because I got to get off the thing so everyone else can, we can get all of our other shows going. So again, you guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We're a live streaming radio station. You can go to goingsolomedia.com, find all of our information there. We're on YouTube. We're on all of the social media sites. You can connect with us. We hope that you do. We love you, and thank you so much for your support, your loyalty. Can't thank you enough. Bye for now. See you next week.